with Season 3 Reloaded, I think it was, right, the latest update that we've just gotten, Treyarch, as they always do, have added in new strings, which tell us and give us clues about the type of content that we'll be seeing in the next Zombies map. And this one's especially interesting compared to the other maps because it's DLC 4, right? It's supposed to be the last one, or at least that's what we thought until recently, because we've now been told we are not only getting a DLC 5, but apparently a DLC 6. Now, I'm going to say just before I show this to you guys, I believe this is a troll. I don't think this is real because no one else has posted about this. This was by Mogwarbot, where he said, just heard some pretty big news about DLC 4, 5, and yes, DLC 6. Here's a hint. What are the ruins that you can see outside of Shattered Vale and Liberty Falls? And well, those ruins that he's on about are these ones right here, which I'm pretty sure are referred to as Shem's Folly, right? It looks like one. It is a ornamental building with no real purpose, usually a tower or a mock gothic building. If he is referring to this being part of a future map, it's extremely small, so it's for that reason, along with just randomly throwing in DLC 6 in there, which we've never heard about up until this point, that this just has to be bait. There are strong rumours that we are getting a DLC 5, but nothing to suggest that we are getting a DLC 6. Besides from the fact that we will have 6 seasons, and so far we've had a new Zombies map every season. So hey, maybe there's a chance, but I'm pretty sure it's bait. Even the possibility of a DLC 5, which does seem more likely, is still hard to believe because from everything we've done so far in Terminus, Liberty Falls, Citadel, The Tomb, and Shattered Vale, it feels like we are now at the end. We are coming to the conclusion. We've joined forces with Richtofen. Sam's revealed her true agenda to take over and inhabit Samantha Maxis's real body in the Dark Ether. It feels like DLC 4 would or should be the conclusion, the grand finale, where we battle Sam. So going back to the possibility of there being a DLC 5, because this feels like the end of the story and we don't even know what that map would be. Every map that we've had so far in Black Ops 6, including the next one, JANUS Towers, has been leaked to us since November. We've known about every location we are going to since this game's release, but we haven't and still don't know of where a DLC 5 location would be. So yeah, all I'm going to say on that is DLC 5 sounds possible because of the amount of leakers that have spoken about it, and I'm still a little bit skeptical on it, and I really don't believe in a DLC 6, but because we have had one Zombies map every season so far, and we will be having 6 seasons, who knows? If we don't end up getting a DLC 5 or 6, then that means we're going to be going a long time without a new Zombies map. And something else to bear in mind is Treyarch did have 4 years to make this game. Compared to Black Ops 4, which had a shorter development time, that game had 4 Zombies maps released on day 1, whereas Black Ops 6 had 2, but if we end up getting 2 extra maps through its life cycle, then that would equate to the exact amount of maps that we had for Black Ops 4, which had a shorter development time. It doesn't really make sense for us to get less maps on this game than we had BO4 when it had a longer development time. It seems like Treyarch probably made 4 maps that could have released on day 1, but instead they've held them back for DLC releases, which has then allowed them to give us more DLC maps than the 4 that we usually get. So I'll just leave that one there. What we do know about what's coming next for us though, in DLC 4, JANUS Towers, these leaks are from Reality UK, where he said the next perk and ammo mod is expected to be Shatterblast and Tombstone. So we are being told Tombstone Soda is going to be the next perk. Considering the co-director of Zombies, Kevin Drew, said he knows it's one of the most hated perks in Zombies. It was added to Black Ops Cold War. He did a feedback session on it where he was told by the fan base Tombstone was our least favourite perk, so for them to know that and still bring it back would be weird. With the augment system, they could definitely change it and make it more useful, but it's an odd one to bring back when they know for sure it's not one people want. I think I'd much prefer Mule Kick, for example, even though I don't really rate that perk either. There's not many times I want 3 weapons. Obviously, I'd rather have new perks because for the longest time now, it feels like the perks have just been recycled. We've only had 1 brand new perk in Black Ops 6 so far, which has been Mealy Macchiato, and it's ass. I just wonder, why can't Treyarch make new ones? Maybe it would be harder and take them more time and effort and money, but I would rather see a brand new perk instead of 3 recycled ones, if you know what I mean. It just doesn't get me excited at all, to be honest. Double Tap was a great addition simply because we hadn't seen it in so long, since Black Ops 3, but I wasn't bothered about Vault Trade and I still don't really care about it, to be honest. I could go without that perk. We also get Death Perception as a DLC perk. Again, I could go without that. Yeah, one thing for me this game has been lacking is new and exciting perks, because for me that's always been one of the best things about Zombies. The wonder weapons and the perks, I like seeing what Treyarch can come up with, how creative and inventive they can be with them. It's just a shame that new ones are way too far in between. If Tombstone does end up being the perk we get in JANUS Towers, that's really disappointing for me. He also tweeted out, codename has been added for the next Zombies map's wonder weapon. It is T10, which means Treyarch 10, PI, P19, Jade, WW, which means wonder weapon, meaning that it's going to be a pistol. So a pistol wonder weapon, that really could be anything. We don't have much more to go off on that. We have just had the ray gun Mark IIs, which are not pistols, but kind of feel like that. But yeah, that doesn't have to mean anything. A wonder weapon can be as crazy as Treyarch want it to. So as long as it's not a reused one, as long as it is something new, I'm looking forward to seeing what it is and what it does. And I'll also say on that, just like the Beam Smasher in Terminus, which I didn't think was an amazing wonder weapon, the jet gun's better in my opinion, and so is the upgraded ice staff, not the regular one in the Tomb. I don't think the Beam Smasher's all that great, but I'd much prefer to use it over those wonder weapons because it's new and exciting, because it's different, it's unique to that map. So hopefully it's new, hopefully it's not something like Alistair's Folly just with some new upgrades. As far as when the map comes out, I honestly don't know. I'm pretty sure Season 4 starts on May the 28th or 29th, so it could be then about a month away, or it might come in Season 4 Reloaded, which is about 2 months away. I honestly don't mind as long as the map's good and has a lot of content, a lot of replayability and things to do. That's something I've been struggling with in Black Ops 6, even Shattered Veil, which has a lot of Easter eggs, is a good looking map, especially for today's standards, and it's got a good story. It's a perfectly fine map, there's nothing wrong with it, but I still find myself playing these maps in BO6 and then after like a week feeling quite empty, almost like, well, I've done everything and the gameplay loop doesn't make me want to continue playing it because it feels very repetitive to me. I can go back to Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3, even Cold War to a certain extent, but not really. The same applies. The gameplay loop in Black Ops 6, I think because of how easy it is as well, the armor system, the augments, feels very repetitive. So after like 3 or 4 days of these maps coming out when all of the Easter eggs have been found and we know the storyline and you've done the main Easter egg, these maps feel dead. There's just something about it, and I don't think it's specific to zombies. I've said this before. I think this is a Black Ops 6 problem or a modern day Call of Duty problem where it's just a little bit boring, where for some reason, or perhaps the reasons I've just explained, unless you love grinding for ranking up or camos to unlock things in the battle pass, the modern day zombies maps don't feel like they have much longevity at all, and I don't know how they can fix that because, like I said, Shattered Veil has a decent amount of Easter eggs, it's got a good story, but unlike Black Ops 4, for example, a month after playing, you could still go in and find new things. There was that much detail added into each map where it felt like potentially you could discover something new. That's not there in Black Ops 6 Zombies, which is a shame. Shattered Veil's a perfectly fine map, but there's still something missing, which means, for me at least, it doesn't have any longevity. I can go back and play Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3 Zombies, BO2 1, but I don't find myself ever wanting to go back to play Cold War Zombies or Modern Warfare 3 Vanguard. I don't think I'll want to go back and play Black Ops 6 Zombies. There's something missing from these modern games. Is it aura? Is it character? Maps that are absolutely stunning that you just want to go back and experience them again? You know, Shattered Veil looks good, but I don't say wow when I play it. I don't look up in the sky and see giant robots like you did on Origins, or a cool alien-like city in Shadows of Evil, a dark, grungy, atmospheric prison in Mob of the Dead or Blood. They're good-looking maps with cool aspects to them and cool areas, but it still doesn't quite have it. If you know what I mean, you'll get it. If you don't, then it's hard for me to explain when, you know, these are not bad maps. It's not like they're Vanguard Zombies level, where they're actually poor quality. I just wanted to mention that as a little bit of a concern because I just fear, for me, no matter how good JANUS Towers ends up being, because none of the Black Ops 6 Zombies maps, besides from Terminus, I think that came kind of close, have done it for me. They're all missing something, which has been the case since Cold War Zombies. JANUS Towers might end up being a great map, but it won't be one I'll be coming back to even a few days after its release. I have a funny feeling I'm not gonna feel anything for it, and that's based off every map we've had so far. Terminus was great, Liberty Falls is good, I wasn't a huge fan of Citadel, the Tomb is average, and Shattered Veil is a good map, but I don't have the urge to play any of them, and I think it's more to do with the game. It just doesn't feel satisfying to play to me. It doesn't pull me in. The storyline does, but as far as the gameplay goes, I'm just not a fan of the gameplay changes they've done to zombies now. But we'll see. However, this could all change. As we know, this year we are getting yet another Treyarch game, COD 2025, which will have zombies. So far from what we've been told from leaks, the original crew, Richtoff and Taki and Klein Dempsey, are going to be returning in some variation. The story will revolve around a new enemy wanting to use the Dark Ether essence of the OG4 characters to bring back the multiverse. That sounds amazing for a storyline. Whether or not Treyarch stick with the same gameplay mechanics that we've had since Cold War, I don't know, they could end up changing it. And well, if we look back to what the majority of people consider to be the best COD Zombies ever, Black Ops 3, something that was recently revealed to us is one of the reasons that was so good was because the campaign was so messed up, meaning Jason Blundell, the head of Zombies, who also worked on the campaign, said to the entire campaign team, look, take a month or two off while I rewrite it and instead go and make Zombies maps. Black Ops 3's campaign being bad meant the entire campaign team, which was I think about 200 people, could make Zombies maps instead. And we've just had this news from the Ghost of Hope, who said hearing that COD 2025's campaign is terrible. So could this be another Black Ops 3 situation where the campaign was that bad, that development team has instead worked on Zombies for a period of time? Maybe, maybe not. It does kind of make sense though when you think about it. The campaign team are making something that is storyline focused. Campaign missions revolve around the story, so if you've got that kind of developer working on Zombies, that then translates through a Zombies map. You would expect a campaign developer to make a Zombies map similar to a campaign mission, where it's more heavily focused on the story. And for me, that's great, because that's the best part of Zombies now. But again, I suppose we'll just have to wait and see. So there we go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed the video today. If you have, drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest content on the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.